more deliberate. Here is Kelsey Mitchell. First possession, shovel inside, and Howard too strong on the finish.
So that's a coach's assist, meaning Kelsey Mitchell did her stat sheets.
Mitchell with 2 assists in the first half.
It's still a great teaching tool, Pat.
Fever has a team have just 5. Jackson's shot hangs on the rim but falls off. There is Mitchell taking it at Petty, gets inside, kick out. Boston from the mid-range is shorts.
Or a few more assisted baskets.
There is Plum who launches, and the 3-ball rims out. She is deep.
And she's only taken 4 shots so far in the game, and 3 of them have been outside the arc. That means she's not getting to the free throw line either.
Mitchell with the right hand, way off the mark. Indiana's missed their first 3 shots. Now that's name of the game without Caitlin Clark. Petty thought about the 3 extra pass. Stevens can't deliver.
Got to start making some of those open shots. It's good ball. Desiree Stevens had a big game against Chicago. I think she had 4 triples in the first.
Trying to snap a 4-game losing streak. Indiana looking for their 2nd win in a row. A little too aggressive there.
The free throw line.
Well, Plum fired it inside. Hamby in great position. Extra pass wasn't there. And Mitchell on the other end with the reverse.
I think we're going to see a much more aggressive Kelsey Plum on the ball in the second half.
They had a fast-paced first quarter. This has slowed down significantly since Howard hit the deck, no call. That turns into an easy 2 for Stevens. Howard fakes the handoff, bounces for a hole, and Hamby got a piece. Hamby on the drive, lays it in. It's 2 combined average 36 points per game. They were held to 8 in the first half. Howard one dribble, gets to the rim, and draws the
high school in Cary, North Carolina.
Howard misses the first.
Sutton Brown.
How about Orlando Larkins?
Orlando Larkins, there's a good one. Got to dig deep into the history on some of that. It's probably going to be Aliyah Boston by the time she gets done.
Plum feeds it inside. It's just trying to get that ball on the rim. Did a nice job of it. Now Indiana with a 3-on-1. Ball races, reverses, and finishes.
That's the kind of advanced passing that Indiana needs, and you usually get that with Caitlin Clark.
But Jackson springs free underneath and lays it in for... Mitchell takes it into Stevens and got 11 minutes in her return to Indiana tonight. That one slips through the fingertips of Hull, and Indiana turns it over. Caitlin Clark to then try to pivot on a moment's notice.
I mean, the Fever have played without Caitlin.
Saw those numbers a moment ago, about 14 less points per game. Plum on the drive, got by Cunningham. Boston gives help, but Plum lays it in.
Plum wasn't looking to do that in the first half. She's clearly trying to get to the rim in the second.
Cunningham inside to Boston. Cannon on her. Boston using her size, flips it up. Shot falls off. Sparks looking for their first lead since early in the second quarter, and Plum can't deliver. Mitchell 3-on-3, pulls up and hits a 3.
Electric in the open floor and exciting.
5 threes on Tuesday. That's her 2nd of the night. And now McDonald dives in and comes up with a steal. Look at the hustle from the Fever newcomer in Boston.
That was a push from behind.
It certainly looked like she was fouled. And Barker on the other end can't hit the 3. Hamby pulls it down, gets the foul call with an and 1. And to gut out a win here tonight, a whistle off the ball. This one going against Cannon inside. Mitchell off the screen, left alone. There's a foul. She hits a three. And an and one opportunity coming. It was an off-the-ball foul. Now they're going to take a look.
It's going to be pushing through that Aliyah Boston screen, and I think the ball was out of her hands.
2025 draft. Donald misses the first. Tonight's Fever Trivia question brought to you by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. It is Aliyah Boston. Boston, Erlena Larkins, Natalie Achanwa. Donald, one of two. Melissa Smith and Candace Dupree.
Well, Candace Dupree was on my list.
Here's Rakia Jackson battling through hole. Shot skips off. And McDonald off that Boston screen. No repost Boston. Boston muscling inside, lost the handle. And
she set that screen well inside the three-point line. That just makes less room in the paint. Not just for Boston, but for everyone else to even cut.
Jackson got way too far underneath. Good defense that time by Boston. Ball bounce pass, and McDonald beats the pass back. And one, there's a foul.
It's been slow, a lot of turnovers in the first half, a lot of missed open shots.
Took the lead early in the second quarter, have not given it back. Jackson had it knocked away by Howard. Plum to the rescue. She will launch and hit a three. She's hit a couple of really tough ones tonight.
She only had two baskets here in the second half already. Still has not been to the free throw line, so Indiana's done a good job there.
Oh, pulls up, kick out. McDonald left alone, can't answer. But a loose ball.
In the bubble in San Antonio. Pac-12, Tara Vanderveer.
Now the two are teammates. Hoping to lift the hardware at the season's end here with the Indiana Fever. The team has gone back up by 5.
Ball pressure is so good with this smaller lineup.
Plum over Howard. Cunningham pulls down the rebound. Outlet pass McDonald. 2-on-1. McDonald right up the gut. And she'll head to the free throw line. At practice yesterday would go on to say, missing the first free throw there.
Well, that's what Amber Cox said, Pat. You know, COO and GM are the clear fit with style and her mentality.
Good job by the front office. Kelly Crosskoff, Amber Cox to pivot here mid-season. As Leah 2 Kings, but has found a home here in Los Angeles. Big part of a really good Notre Dame team.
Great versatility on the defensive end. Average a double-double in college.
Mitchell goes behind the back and splashes home a three. What a shot by Kelsey Mitchell.
Kelsey Mitchell, go ahead and shoot till your arm falls off. I love it.
Fever have hit 6 tonight. Half of them have come from Mitchell. That's when she can't play.
Yeah. It's got to be miserable. I mean, it's 5 games that she missed. She had a piece of paper and a pencil over there, and she was sequencing possessions. Stephanie White had asked her to, possessions do we go without scoring? How many possessions do we go scoring, and who scored? I don't see her writing anything down tonight.
Cunningham on the drive into Stevens and lays it in. Tough finish. Cunningham's had a nice night here tonight. 10 points. These fouls are 90% free throw shooter. Rattles in the first.
I mean, it was this season.
What a rare miss on the second attempt. Mitchell's been aggressive in the third and hot in the third.
Come on. Drop coverage.
End of the year is the turning point for Mitchell on the season. There's an offensive foul. Figures after 3. McDonald, ISO ball, right up the middle, draws the foul.
Yeah.
She's just one of the so many examples. She had some struggles from the free throw line. Right time, right opportunity. Seems that McDonald has found that here. 1 of 2 from the line. Indiana's lead has hit double figures for the first time tonight. And now Shea Petty will have to get rid of it. Does just in time and lays it in. So Shea Petty staying aggressive. And Indiana has that 8-point lead as we start the fourth quarter. Petty nearly lost it, able to save it. Shot clock already down to 5. Barker drives on Cunningham, flips it up, bank shot too strong, and Boston pulls down her 9th rebound. Oh, spinning. Gets it inside to Howard, who lays it in.
That's a great job by Howard.
Leading scorer behind Mitchell. Backdoor pass knocked away. Inbound underneath. Stevens is bumped. Azare Stevens lays it in with an and one. And knocks down the free throw. Cuts the lead to 7. It open. Feeds inside. Boston one bounce. Too far underneath. Cunningham able to save it. Boston on a repost, splits the double team, offensive foul. Boston just 6 points here tonight, coming off her career high of 31. Stevens deep position, 2 more. It's a little 5-0 Azare Stevens burst, and she's ripped the deficit in half. Here's Cunningham, drives and draws the foul. Here is Mitchell on the drive into a quadruple team, nearly turned it over.
See them starting to just sink into the paint a little bit more.
Oh, catch and shoot and connects. Big bucket for Indiana.
Screen by Boston to free her up.
Once again, they go to Stevens. And what? And Stevens misses her first free throw up. Visa Collier and Azare Stevens is the 3rd.
Yeah, I think Azare's having her best season. She had a complete offseason. She was healthy. At 6'6", she's got range beyond the three-point line.
Boston has good position down there. Fever trying to find her. Shot clock down to 5. Here's Colson, lob inside and a hold. That Colson tried to repay the favor. She's called for the foul.
Colson's like having another coach on the floor. So competitive, so aware of the schemes, and a great voice in practice.
Jackson from the mid-range. On to 4. Still so much time left to play here.
Plum on Mitchell.
Howard inside, too far for Boston, just missed her.
Got to read the weak side D.
Hamby gives it back, beautiful find. Jackson couldn't finish at the rim. Stevens lost the handle. Fever catch a huge break. Now it's Hull out running.
Well, you had Mitchell for a 3.
Here's Hull. Boston pulls down the rebound, her 10th of the night. Boston's going to go to work here. She's got all sorts of space. Draws the foul. Well, it's got to be an and one. Stevens saying it's offense.
They've gone back to the bigger lineup now.
Boston, handoff. Mitchell knocks it down.
I mean, it's easy money for
Again tonight. Her 6th 20-point game of the year. Hamby working the baseline. Boston called for the foul.
easy money.
Hamby. This game, something between a 1 and a 10-point lead for Indiana.
Yeah, it's been a 2 or 3 possession game the whole way.
Boston through a double team, gets it up, draws the foul.
Usually when Caitlin's on the floor, it's more space, more cutting, scoring cuts, better floor balance, all of that. And without Caitlin, the space really changes as LA continues to shrink into the paint, except for the Kelsey Mitchell matchup. And you know that LA is going to be in
Thing running through Hamby here lately for LA. Plum shot fakes the three. The switch on to Boston. She'll drive it to her, sees a quadruple team, and Stevens knocks down a triple.
As a race, Stevens.
From the floor. That was her first three. Hole on the handoff, hole on the drive. Got too far underneath. Jackson has her trap shot clock down to 1. Boston didn't see it. Quarter.
Good aggressive switch by Howard.
Plum on the drive, Plum to the rim, Plum lays it in.
Such a good take, the lefty going right.
It's a 14-6 run here from the Sparks to get back within 2. Boston on Hamby. Plum showing help. Boston flips it up off the mark. Hamby spinning on Boston. Kick out Plum. Launches and hits a contested three. And Kelsey Plum has given LA their first. The Sparks are on a 17-6 run. Oh, thought about it. Finds McDonald on the drive. Cunningham, extra pass. Mitchell sidestep. Oh, everything but the finish. Hole. Back to. And again, fouls here are free throws. Put the Sparks up by 3 here.
Line by Kelsey Plum. Supposed to be relaxing. I don't know, I've seen a lot of free throw shooters take a deep breath. Cleansing breath. She puts a smile on her face.
Cunningham, feet inside. Boston, good position and draws the foul.
I mean, zip it in there.
Kept Boston out of a rhythm, but that pass could not have been any better.
I think we're going to see a heavy dose of Kelsey Plum here for LA to close out this game, and I think Kelsey Mitchell for the Fever.
Aliyah Boston now at 10. She's got a double-double. Stevens catches, rolls, and finishes.
She's been able to get deep.
There's McDonald.